Hey Orange family, Coach Charlie here to tell you about this Friday's workout. If you've been missing that rower, then this is the one for you. We are going to be getting that legs, core, arms, feeling back with the main block of this workout. You've got 3 blocks in total, taking on that total body workout. Don't forget to tag us with hashtag I can I will and hashtag Orangetheory at home. Really hoping to see some new faces on there. I know we asked you about motivation. We're going to be having loads of amazing stuff coming up in June to help keep you focused on your goals. Really excited to see you all on the next workout. I'm back at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Lots of love to you all and see you all very soon.
Time to get started with your dynamic warm-up. You've got 5 movements, 1 minute of each, 1 full round. Dee, you ready to get started?
I am, let's do it.
All right, we're gonna start things off with 1 minute of a standing alternating Spider-Man. Feet hip-width apart, arms extended overhead, squeezing the oblique, making contact between the elbow and knee. An option here, you can reduce your range of motion. Next up, we've got 1 minute of a sumo squat to stand. Our feet are nice and wide beyond hip width apart, chest nice and tall, bringing our hands down to the ground. From here, pressing through the hands to raise the hips up in the air, straightening out your legs, working those hamstrings. Back to your starting position. Option here, use whatever squat depth you feel most comfortable with. Hands don't necessarily have to come down to the ground. Next up, 1 minute of a crouching downward facing dog. Starting in a high plank position, pressing through the hands, raising the hips into the air, keeping the legs straight. From here, dropping your knees down, hovering, raising it back up. An option here, reduce the depth as you drop those knees down to the ground. Next up, 1 minute of an alternating wide mountain climber with a rotation. As you can see, Dee is rotating to the inside towards that front knee, coming back to her high plank and alternating sides. An option here, you can drop that back knee if you need to. Last but not least, we're going to come down to the ground. We got 1 minute of what we're calling a scorpion. Arms extended, those toes are anchored to start things off. We're going to raise one heel up, rotating, trying to make contact with the opposite hand, really working that T-spine, then switching sides. An option here, reduce the range of motion, trying to reach the hand, find what's available to you. You've got 1 minute of each movement. Let's get warmed up.
Orange Nation, it is vitally important that we work that core because it is simply where all our movement originates from. So Coach Didi is going to take us through a nice core workout. We're going to have 4 exercises. I want you to do 3 rounds, and you have 6 minutes to get it done. First up, we're going to come down to the ground in a high plank position or in a push-up position. You're going to start by driving that knee straight forward, and then you want to bring it forward into the outside of your elbow. Option is to drop the opposite knee down to the ground and simply continue to perform the exercise from there. After your 10-second rest, we're simply going to do it on the opposite side. Your third exercise, grab your medium-sized objects, and we're going to perform a double crunch. So we're going to start. Arms and legs are going to be extended. We're simply going to bring those elbows and those knees as close to each other as you can. Be mindful to allow the shoulder blades to rise slightly above the ground so you get the most out of it. Last one is we're simply going to sit up and we're going to perform a seated torso rotation. Hold your object up high by your collarbone and close to the body. Make sure you are fully rotating your torso as opposed to simply moving your object from left to right. And once again, we got to work that core. Let's get it strong. Let's get it right. Let's get it popping.
team. At Orangetheory, we have a Go Row challenge inside our studios. It's a 4-minute row, 2-minute row, and a 1-minute row. No rower, no problem. We're gonna take this one right inside the comfort of our own homes. We have 4 exercises for 9.5-minute block. Carl, you ready to get to work?
Let's do it, Anna.
All right, grab those weights. Put your weight heavy in your heel. We're gonna come all the way down to the ground, power through that lower body, pressing those weights up overhead. Your option, lower your weight or limit your range of motion. Next up, the deadlift. Feet are hip width, sink heavy in that heel, keeping that back nice and flat. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Your option, lower your weight or limit your range of motion. Let's take it into our plank set position. Palms underneath the shoulder, back nice and flat, driving that knee up towards the chest with power. Your option, slow it down. Perfect. And lastly, let's get on the back here. We're gonna take the elbows nice and wide, bring that elbow to that opposite knee through that whole torso. Nice, slow, and controlled. All right, there's your 4 exercises. Now you get to do the work.
Just a target in its place. I guess I knew that she was loaded all along. I guess I knew that she was coming on strong. Once she had me in the sights, she might as well be kissing me goodnight. I don't wanna be a moving target. I don't wanna be a thing you can't hit. I don't wanna be a moving target. I just wanna be. I don't wanna be a moving target. I don't wanna be a thing you can't hit. I don't wanna be a moving target. I just wanna be your man.
Orange Nation, it's showtime. Now, I know we love to hate this exercise, but they get the job done. What could I possibly be talking about? It's the burpee. We're gonna be doing 3 different variations of this exercise. It's roughly a 9-minute total block, and each exercise is gonna be performed for 1 minute on, followed by 30 seconds of rest. Woo, you ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
All right. So we're gonna start with our traditional burpee first. So Lindsay's gonna take her hands down to the floor. She pops her body into a straight line while keeping her core engaged. She jumps up as high as she can while landing soft. Option, just walk your feet out, walk your feet back in, and stand right back up, calf raise. Layer 2 is gonna be our full burpee. The only difference with this one now is we're gonna add in a push up and then come back in, still with that explosive jump at the top. Of course, option is you can drop down to your knees. We're just looking for your best. That's always good enough for us. And once again, reaching up to the sky, coming up on your toes for your calf raise. Last layer, because we can handle it, channeling that inner athlete, is a broad jump burpee. So we're gonna start by sitting heavy in our heels, using our arms for momentum, jumping out as far as you can, shuffle back at a good tempo. Then this is where we perform our traditional burpee at the back, and we just loop that same thing again. Explode, shuffle back. We have our burpee, always keeping the core tight, body in a straight line, and stand right back up. Option, just take one big step out and slow your shuffle on the way back down just a hair. Lindsay, I think the world's ready for these 3 different variations of burpees. Let's see what you got. right, Orange family, that's what we're talking about. Woo! Another job well done. We are so proud of you. Now it's time to slow things down. It's our 5-minute flexibility block. It's going to be performed for 20 seconds each movement. Starting in our standing position, it's our cross body stretch. So Ange is just taking one arm across and bringing her arm as close as she can to her chest. We're going to challenge your balance next. So standing on one leg, stretching our quad, grabbing your ankle, and taking your heel towards your glute. Don't forget to breathe, 20 seconds each side. From there is our hamstring. So sitting back on your heel, hands on your hips, pushing your hips towards the back room, holding, breathing, relaxing, and stand right back up. That was perfect. That was so good. Transitioning into our runner's lunge, post to your reach. So one knee is down and the other knee is up, hand on the outside part of your knee, arm is straight, reaching behind you, just again to your range of motion, and then go ahead and return right back. For our kneeling forearm stretch, fingertips are facing your body, rocking back just till you find that good stretch range, holding, and then relax and come out of that stretch nice and easy. We have one more for you. It's the butterfly. So feet are together, hanging onto your ankles. Don't forget to sit up tall, hips out of your lower back there, and reflecting on another well done. Orange Nation, we're so excited for you. We can't wait to see you back in the next at-home workout. Let's go get it.